Hi there. Welcome to the HTM Buddy Build of the U.S.S. Reliant. I'm Ken with Ken's Hobby Bench.
And I'm Jordan with Aligning the Stars.
Welcome back, everyone. It's another week
Yeah.
of fun at the bench with the Reliant.
Well, you've had another week at the bench with the Reliant, and I have
Yeah.
not.
So,
A little
uh,
sick.
yeah, unfortunately, Jordan's been under the weather, but you
Yeah.
sound like you're feeling better now. That's good.
Yeah. It was all below the neck, we'll say. We'll just leave it there. All below the neck. It wasn't one of those traditional nasty things up top. So
Okay.
thankful. It's like 100 degrees here right now. The last thing I want is to be all stuffed up. So
Oh, okay.
or what, 37 degrees Celsius?
34, 37, I don't know, somewhere in there. Yeah, it's hot.
Somewhere in that neighborhood for your viewers. Yes, it's warm here right now. We're in the last kicks of summer, so yeah. How did it go for you this week?
Good. I got a bunch of stuff recorded. Yeah, I got and ended up getting my lighting done here. At the end of my last video, I realized there was no space between the top of the door and the top of the hull. So you'll see me remedy that. You'll see me do these lightings, and then I'm working on my lighting box.
Nice.
Well, boxes for the corners. So working on those. I did manage to break this piece off.
Oh no.
The very corner here, just the plastic. The photo etch is still glued in place, so I just kind of glue this back in place, and then I'll, in the end here, I'll just fill in sand like I've been doing.
Okay.
So, have you managed to get anything done in the last little bit?
Other than thinking about it and planning, no. It
Okay.
was the plan was to get going at it last weekend, and the bug took over. So that
Yeah.
was
Well, the
that was
planning
it.
is yeah, the planning is very important. That's how we figure out how to do things like make these light boxes and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I've kind of like come up with like a build plan, I guess that would be the best thing to say is like I want to get a bunch of work done. I've been trying to figure out how to fit, working on this and other scale models. Like, the primary focus of my channel obviously is like, building part works. With scale models being something else that I do. Um, but like part works are easy to record. I think as you're starting to figure out now, like it's very linear. There's a beginning and an end, and it's very easy to kind of like wrap something up. When you're recording this, there's so much work and planning and prep, and then like when you're doing the work, like the thing that I've always done is show the work that I'm doing, and it's really difficult, especially with the complicated nature of this model. And so I've been kind of like looking at my schedule and trying to figure out ways to continue to work on it a little bit every single day versus like trying to wait for an opportunity to come up to like really sit at the bench and do some work. And so I'm gonna be trying some things this week, and I've got a list of items that I need to knock through to try to get caught up. It's gonna be fairly easy. I've done all of my prep work, so like all of my light boxes have already been light blocked. I've got my aluminum tape on the inside of all of them. I got my my styrene sheets all put inside. All of the LEDs are burned in, ready to go. So I've got all the stuff ready. I've just got to execute everything, put in the light boxes, get the main bridge and A and B decks taken care of, work on the bottom half, get the planetary sensor put in place, like all those little things. But, I've basically spent time just kind of planning, so I got a pretty good idea what I need to do in the order that I need to do it. I just got to start doing it. And the list is long, but it's not so long that it's not insurmountable. A lot of the more difficult work with, the rear end of this, along with the roll bar and the two nacelles, they're all done. Like they just need to be, seamed up and get all the seams taken care of and all that jazz. So I was kind of like getting down on myself a little bit. I'm like, oh man, I'm not making enough progress. But I think in the long term, I've done enough prep work and gotten far enough ahead that really it's just daunting getting all of this lighting put into the saucer section. But once that's done, you can basically get close to closing it up. So that's kind of where I've been with things that I wasn't able to necessarily work on it, but I was able to plan for it. So yeah.
Well, it sounds like you have some great plans actually in place, and that's the main thing. As long as you're going into it knowing what you want to accomplish and how to get it done,
Yeah.
and it sounds
And
like you have done that.
yeah, I just got to do some work in the morning. I got to switch from editing my videos for release in the morning to building in the morning. I think is just it's what's easier for me because by the time I get off work, I'm kind of done. Like I don't want to do any work at the bench and don't feel like sanding and puttying and smelling glue and all the rest. I just kind of want to sit here and watch Wayne's video and catch up on your videos and watch whatever TV comes up. I still haven't even watched the new episode of Star Trek yet. It's crazy as that is. So yeah, so that's kind of me dominating the answer for that question in a very long and roundabout way of saying I haven't gotten anything done, but I've thought a lot about it.
Well, like you said though, like the planning is key. We
It
found that
is.
out multiple times on working on this kit that you
Yeah.
really need to plan ahead.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
you know, watching, yeah, like you said, you've seen some stuff from watching me, but we've also seen a lot from watching Wayne.
Yep.
So thanks again to Wayne, or sorry, not Wayne, Will.
Will. Will.
Yes,
Yep.
thanks again to Will for all the work he's done, and
Yeah.
we've even spoken to him behind the scenes, and he's given us some tips and information, and sent us stuff. So
Yeah.
thanks again to Will. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, it's a valuable resource. He did all the hard work. We just got to finish it up, right?
That's
So
right.
he's done the design. Is he's not even finished yet, is he? Or is he? At least he hasn't released the final videos, right?
No, he was still in the process of painting. His one cat accidentally knocked his main hull onto the floor. I think
That's
its
right.
claws or something got stuck on the towel it was sitting on, and pulled it
Yeah,
down. So that he's fixing the seams on the ship again, and then getting back into having to try and fix painting or whatever. So yeah,
that's right. It hit a little. He has a new kitten, and his new kitten can't stay off his workbench. Boy, do I know that.
yes.
Well, what say you? What's the plan for you this week?
Well, for me, to finish up this with the light boxes, and I
Nice,
think that could be a good enough for a video. But in the meantime, I did manage to receive my 5 millimeter bipolar lights,
sweet.
and we'll see here. So I have the. I'm going to zoom in here a bit. Oh, not zooming out. Let's zoom in a bit. So you can see here it's got the three uh, uh, poles or whatever you want to call it. So the
Hmm.
middle one is your positive, and then you get your negative here. So on this side it's blue, and this side is amber. Now
Nice.
they do send you resistors with it for 12 volts. I'm gonna obviously not do that right now. It's unresisted, so I'm running it at 2.8 volts. I will
Right.
resistor it for 5 volts, like the whole system. But we did discover on Andrew's um, channel, which is Canadian Starships. We were talking on his live stream, and he suggested addressable RGBs. And
Yes.
Todd Marble Phoenix from our HTM family, also known as the Todd Father, he said, yeah, addressable RGBs are a way that can go because the Arduino can do that. And Jordan, I had told him that, and there we go. Jordan has addressable RGBs.
So all I'm gonna do is take one, cut it off, and then it has a little the LED there. If you haven't seen an RGB, this little light chip there has the a red, blue, and green in there, and will give me that blue and amber that I need. So I'm gonna figure out how to program that, and so it's gonna be kind of cool. Different take. Ken got the very last package from HDA, and was gonna be very kind and send me one, but yeah, Andrew coming through with the win there. So it's probably going to be a little interesting, and it'll probably give a little bit of a different lighting effect for each one of us. And I'm kind of curious to see how that's going to turn out, especially under that crystal. And one of the things that I was thinking about under that crystal is, wouldn't it be cool if we could figure out some way of making it slightly prismatic inside?
Ooh,
And
yeah,
I
that
don't know
would be.
how. So if any of you out there might know, let us know. Like, what would be a good thing, like a good film for the inside of the little crystal, the warp crystal on the top. Oh, yeah, see that very well could work right there, bottom left. Yeah,
Top
very
right.
interesting.
Yeah,
Top
I
right
just got
now,
this
yeah.
off of Amazon, I think.
Okay.
Just a set of these. You don't get a
Those
lot in each one.
are those filters or just little films?
No, they're just little rolls of sheet.
Are they transparent?
Somewhat, yes. Kind of
Interesting.
see my finger back there.
Okay. So it would transmit light through it for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can try to find it in my Amazon shopping list when I bought it. I don't know when I bought it. I bought it for armor building for the anti-laser uh, viewports.
Viewfinders,
Yeah,
viewports. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, cool.
So, but also I'm thinking when I do the build the um uh, Apache set from Agora, which I'm collecting. I haven't started building like I have the Terminator.
Nice.
Uh, Bit of a shout out there. Check out my Terminator build if you want. It's a half scale from Agora. But I'm also
Very
thinking
cool.
these will work for maybe some of these might work for the missiles, the
Oh
seeker
yeah,
head.
100%.
You know.
Absolutely.
And then I
Perfect.
also just have just a sheet of this stuff as well. I took off the top. I think I'm trying to remember who this came from. So this is just under
Interesting.
model companies one. So yeah.
Okay.
So
I
something like
might have to
that.
play
Maybe
with that
I'll
a little
send
bit.
you a link. You can take a look at it.
Yeah, it'd be something worth playing with for sure. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We're just learning stuff here everywhere.
That's right. And as for me, wash, rinse, repeat from last week. And I wasn't able to get anything done. So my goals are still the same. Get this taken care of.
Yes.
Get all my lights and light boxes put in place. I got to finish light blocking the top here first. So I'm going to be getting some of my light blocking taken care of. And then, I also have ordered the paints that are recommended for this. So we will give our hand at the paint. Did you hear? Oh, did you hear back from
Gary,
Mass Designs?
I
Gary, yeah.
did.
Did you hear back from him on the mix for
I
the?
did. Yeah, it was the
Okay,
next day. I got the mix. It's mostly distilled water and isopropyl alcohol.
really?
Yeah, and then just a little bit of what is it? Like a flow aid and there was something else, and another thing. It's just like it's like a cup of or 4 cups or whatever, however much it is of the distilled water. So a lot of that, and then like the same amount of IPA, and then like a teaspoon of flow aid and a teaspoon of. I'm trying to remember what the other ingredient is. When I go to do my paint video, I will make sure I mention it, but I'll
For
also let
sure.
you know as well right away here.
Cool.
Uh, Tonight
Excellent.
I'll send you a message.
Perfect. 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 Yep. I'm gonna give it a shot. Why not?
Uh, for those of you with Facebook, I don't have Facebook, but if you go to Mass Design's site on Facebook, they also tell you that whole recipe. That's where Gary sent it to me from, is right from his Facebook site.
Oh, perfect.
So yeah.
Excellent.
Well, should we get to our respective benches and do some filming?
I think so, and it'll feel good to actually do that. I'm gonna get to it first thing tomorrow morning. So, yeah, man, I really look forward to seeing what you get done this week.
Thanks, and I look forward to seeing you getting your lights in there.
All right, see you at the bench.
See you at the bench. All right, so we're back at the bench again, and this is being filmed right now about just under 2.5 hours after the last video released. So I've been working away here to make these lights be able to fit back in here with the shuttle bays. So I've got the light boxes uh, all lit up here. I've got the lights actually affixed in place using UV resin. And so what I've done is I've gone in and I've sanded down this area here quite aggressively, as much as I could on both sides. Plus, as you may have seen, I was sanding off the tops of these shuttle bay inserts, and then I'd also sanded off the tops of these light boxes as thin as I dare. So that's kind of what I've done. Now, if you remember seeing before, hopefully they're on camera here. At first, when we try to put this in, we'd kind of get that, not much light, but now that I've, you know, that's me showing you how much space I've cleared up now. Now you can see there is lots of light coming through. So it's a huge difference from that to that. So, I mean, just the fact that the light boxes now fit in place is great news. So we're able to fit these in, and I should be able to now do my little holes here in the corners for the extra little lights that are the three extra lights at the bottom, two at the bottom and one at the top. So I should be able to do that now. So yeah, there was a bit of a fitment issue. Not a huge deal actually when you get down to it and then just do some sanding. Yeah, I found that just the basic sanding did the job really well. Again, yeah, you can still see that the difference that makes between really no space and the space given. So that's what you end up with. It turns out really good. So now I can at least carry on with what I've been doing, and I'm happy with that. So I'll now be able to. I think the next step will be putting the three holes in, the two and then one. I think that'll be the kind of the next step. Work at that, and then try to work it in with this light box as best I can. And then after that, I can look at putting in the tractor beam emitter lights. So that's where we are right now. I'm gonna stop the video here and get to work measuring out my lights. And I think I'll have to review my videos and look at references and see where I can best pick out where these little pinholes of light are going to be coming through. So I'll get to that, and we'll see you in the next bit. All right, so here we are carrying on. What I've done now is I've gone and I've installed some lights here for these three positions on each side. What I did is I measured out the halfway point here and then transferred it around to the back and managed to get that hole drilled in on the top center on both, and then just kind of eyeballed it for the bottom and as close as I could to the edge here for the resin on the bottom two on each one. And so yeah, now I've got little bits of fiber optic cable coming out. I did drill the hole at 1 millimeter, yes, 1 millimeter, and the fiber optic cable is 1 millimeter. And you can see, this isn't the right one for that side, but you can see it does give you those lights as well as still lighting up around in the shuttle bay area. So yeah, looking good. And again, this side here, we get that in place like that, and then we got our three lights again, and we have our lights inside the shuttle bay area. So yeah, looking good. I'm happy with that. So now I can move on. I can look at getting these actually little light boxes attached. So what I'll do is I'll again put this towards the roof, tape it onto the top of the hull, and then I'll tack these into place with some CA glue once I kind of have them all set up, so that I know that it's going to work and stick to the back of this. Then we can come in here, we can put our lights in back here for tractor beam emitters, and then I can look at inserting the impulse engine area, and then we'll have to look at making our light boxes for back here. So let's carry on. Okay, so here we have our light box ready to go in. We have our kind of open side here, which goes to these grills over this on the sides, so they go to the outside. And then we're going to bring in our light box and make sure that we are kind of in place for what we're happy with. Okay, so we have lighting up of our 3 lights on there, as well as we should be able to see. I mean, if we're getting the 3 lights, we should be up. We should be able to see the. There we go. We should be able to see it all around inside the shuttle bay entrance area. So I'm going to take some CA glue here. I'm just going to tack in these areas best I can, just like that. Now I'm kind of doing this so it's more visible for you, not necessarily easier for me, but yeah, there we go. That hopefully should hold it in place. I can take some of my kicker if I need to, and just give that a little bit of a kick. And again on this side. There we go. And let's give that just a moment to cure. I think this side was off a little bit when I sprayed the kicker, unfortunately. So we'll have to get in here with some more CA glue. There we go. There's probably kicker in the area to possibly grab it, but we'll throw a little bit more kicker in there. There we have it. Okay, so that's getting in the one side there. You can see all lit up, looking good. So what I'll do is I'll do the same on the other side, and then we'll come back and we'll move on to putting in the, I think we'll do the light boxes for the tractor beams. So I'll be right back. All right, moving on here, we have our light boxes for our tractor beam emitters, and what I've done is I've gone and in each one I painted kind of the inside with some Molotow chrome. This is their liquid chrome. This is just a refill pen. I just put a little bit on like a palette type surface or on the bottom of a Tamiya paint bottle, and just took a little brush and went around on the inside of each one to kind of, allow it to reflect a lot better. And sorry, going to blind you here a bit, but even not pointing it straight at the camera, you can see how bright it is. So what I'll be able to do now is take each one, put them into place. We should have our nice thruster light coming through there like that. So again, putting it back in place, and you can see we have our thruster lights. So what I need to do now, if I land that up properly, what I need to do now is go through here and put each one in, and then I'll mount the lights in each one permanently using like UV resin. So that's what I'll be doing. Yeah, so give me a moment, I'll get that done and I'll be right back. So now we have our 4 light boxes in place and lights in. I haven't secured the lights in permanently yet, but that's going to be done with some UV resin. But as you can see now, we have our 4 lights in for the tractor beam emitters. So we're all good there. Then we know our other lights work, and We just need to get our impulse engine in place and make some light boxes. So let's carry on. All right, so here we have our lights all UV resined in now into place, so they're not going anywhere. But what I need to do now is I think I need to fix this entanglement of wires. So what I'll do is I'll start joining these all together and bring them down to just a couple wires. So I'll be right back. All right, so there we have it. We have one positive, one negative, all down to these lights here, and you can see it looking really good. We can see all the lights are all lit up, and we're ready to move on. So what I can look at doing now is my corner boxes for lighting and getting in permanently my impulse engine stuff or components. Yeah, and getting them in place permanently as well. And then once we have this all set up, hopefully we can secure it in place to the bottom of the hull, and it'll be ready to go. So let's move on to the next little bit of working on the rear here. All right, so now I'm going to work on trying to make a lighting box. We'll see what we can do here. So what I'm using just some sheet styrene here. This is half a millimeter or 0.020 of an inch. So that's what I'm using. I've just cut off several pieces of some squares that should be, let me grab the shuttle bay area here, should be, you know, roughly the right starting height of what I can work with. So two of those that'll, you know, yeah, there, as you can see there, that should work. Now I've taken one and I've bent it. Just kind of, again, just use my thumb to kind of push down and then just start to bend it. And then just put my pencil in there and just, you know, like that. Just so we have a, you know, a starting shape like that. So then I'm going to take my strip. Now I measured this to about the width that I, you know, think I'm going to roughly need for the light box. So I could actually bring in a little bit more. In fact, I think I will, just to make things a little bit easier. There we go. How are we looking there? That's probably good. The thing is too, I can, if I need be, I can maybe have it angled a little bit. So what I'm going to try and do here is bend this into the kind of the shape I need, and then glue it using my Tamiya extra thin here. So it should act as like a welding kind of glue. So let's try to keep it on camera. Now I know this is going to be too deep, but my plan is I can cut this down. So let's see what we can do here. It's a little bit harder when you're trying to make sure you can show everybody on camera what you're doing. So there we go. Hopefully that's catching. I only want to put the one end on for now, until I figure what my height is going to need to be. And something tells me this is not going to want to stay. But, yeah, it is not going to want to stay. So let's try and crease this a little bit. Like that. All right. So we'll give this some time here to sit and hopefully cure up. And we'll come back and see what we got. All right, so here we have our piece bent and glued into place here. Pretty stable, so looking good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to check and see if we are wide enough or not. And let's see here, if we put it over top of our grill here, it is If you look in there, it might be a little bit too wide, but I think we're going to be okay with that. So what I can do now is I can cut this off. Just using a sprue cutter. Now I think it's a bit too tall, so I'm going to want to bring it down a bit. Yeah, so let's mark it with a pencil. And then we'll have an idea of where we want it for height. So let's say about there. So I'd say about this high. So we could either take scissors or sprue cutters or whatever you like, and we can just kind of cut this down to a better height. Yeah, I think scissors, we'll try scissors for what we need to accomplish here. There we go. Let's check that for our height. And it's not bad. Not bad. I think we got a good height here. It should still give us room to have our SMD tucked away up in here. And yeah, we'll definitely have room underneath here to have the SMD for the bottom tucked in as well. So what I'm going to do is just more of the same here. I'm just going to glue the bottom now into place. You know, I could decide here, I don't know if this is the best time to decide now whether or not I want to bring this in a little bit more. Like, do I need to narrow it down? Best to tell is off the top. I don't think so. So what I did last time is I put the glue in, and then I put these 1, 2, 3 blocks. They're really heavy metal blocks. I think they're more meant for like woodworking and stuff, but anyway, for using your table saw and whatnot. But I found it actually kept the plastic flexed in enough while it was gluing to this piece of strip styrene. So we'll try that again. We'll put our strip styrene down in here. Just like that. We'll put one piece over here. We'll put another piece in, and it ends up catching on the bottom piece of styrene, so you know what your thickness is. So, and then I can kind of come in here, push down, make sure that we have good contact, and then just go in there with my, to me, extra thin again. Not easy to see in there, but it does a good job. There we go. Just need to push down again. Push the pieces in. Yep, there we go. So I gotta let that sit for a little bit here. And once that is solid again, we can, oh, you know what? I think I need to push it forward. There we go. There we go. There we have it. Okay, so once that's solidified up, I can, again, I'll compare it, see what I need to change or alter on it, And if it's looking good, I can put a hole in it. I can do some light blocking on it, and then I can also start moving on to my other one. So I'll be back. All right, so I'm looking at one of my light boxes here, and as you can see, maybe, there's got a crack in it. So to fix that problem, I'm going to take some of this really thin sheet styrene and just laminate it over top. Is all I'm going to do. Just kind of glue it on top, and yeah, that should be good. So what I'll do, I'll just kind of go like this, roll it over, and then I'll give it some extra space as well. So I'll just, that's somewhere about there. What about there is good enough. So I kind of got my rough shape. So that's all I really need. Just like that. And I'll just take some of my Tamiya extra thin and then just start by putting a bunch on here. Just like that. It'll start kind of melting. Make sure there's a little bit extra left on there. Take my styrene, then I'm going to laminate to it. And then just start going like that. So pretty simple. So it should just melt to it. Just like that. And I'm just doing this quickly for you guys to see at home. But if you're having to do this yourself, I would recommend just taking your time, doing it slowly. There we go. Careful on getting this glue on your hobby mat here, or on your cutting mats, because it will erase your lines. So, all right, there we have it. So I could just put something heavy on top of this, or it doesn't have to be overly heavy, just some form of a little bit of weight. Like I'll take my Tamiya scriber here, and I'll just set it on there. That should hold it down enough to allow that to sit there and allow the glue to dry, and then we'll have it to kind of laminate it together, and then I can trim off any excess plastic around the edges, and yeah, we'll be good to go. And then I'll start off by drilling a really small hole in the center, and I can start making it into a bigger hole until I get it big enough to put my LED light in there. So we'll give that a little time to dry, and I'll be back. All right, so carrying on here, I've got them all kind of laminated up. And as you can see here, I put a little bit of a T on the top here just to represent that it's top. And what I've done is I've kind of cut this side short. So I kind of angled off the sides and just trim this side down a bit. I mean, I could take it to a sanding stick as well and just, you know, level it out a bit. But the idea is that what I'm trying to do is accommodate this in here and factor in the fact that this is not obviously a straight line, it's a curve. So the plan is to come in here with these, leave a little bit of space on top if I can for just a little bit of wiring. It's going to be an 0402 light that's going to be going to the navigation lights there, and the wires for that are, as you can see here, are super thin. So we're not worried about needing too much space. So that's what we're going to have there, and then that'll leave enough space on the bottom as well for much the same. So that's the plan. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to prime this black, so for light blocking, and then I'll do a second coat of primer on the inside for white. And then what I need to do is take a piece of the styrene card again, the 0.5 millimeter or whatever it is, the same as the base that this is made out of, and just make a panel that's going to drop down in the middle here and just allow light coming out the side. So that way it's kind of the same as what Will designed. I'm not worried about having it curve or anything like that. I can just have it straight somewhere back here, and just so it's a little bit back from the grill on here, and yeah, that's all it really needs. And then with it being all white in here, any overspray from when I go to spray the white base color on here getting in there is not an issue, but the back of the panel I put in will be heavily light blocked. I'll probably look at maybe even using aluminum foil tape on it to make sure that no light's coming through it, but instead it's being diverted around. So the white color will kind of reflect it, plus any of the aluminum foil tape will also bounce it back into the white, and just, you know, hopefully more light coming out the sides. So that's what I'm going for. So I've done that with this one here as well. I've done the curved part here and kind of marked a bit of a T. I won't see that T once I prime this all up, but that's fine. But again, just to make sure it can fit in here. And the idea I'm working on right now, or with, is that I will be, until I get this part all the way in there secure permanently, before putting the top on, will be to tack it probably with just a little bit of CA glue to start with, and then use my Tamiya extra thin, just because this will be styrene on styrene, so just like that. Another mod I had to make though was I did take my sprue cutters right here, and I did snip off the corners to these little light boxes here, just to on both sides here, just to make sure that it didn't interfere with the wrong one here, just so to make sure it didn't interfere with the light box going in. So the light box could go in there, and otherwise it would push out the bottom a little bit, which would prevent it from lining up properly with the vents here. So that's just something to keep in mind with the way I've designed this. If you have to design your own, maybe keep that in mind. If you get the properly designed one that Will did, I'm sure you probably should be fine. But if not, something to keep in mind. You can always make adjustments behind the scenes, because what's inside, how pretty it is, isn't quite as important as how practical it is. So, you know, for example, not too much glue, you can sand down stuff, that sort of stuff. So yeah, so that's what I'm looking at. So I'm going to take these to the spray booth now and prime them up, and I'll be back right away. All right now, so I have gone and primed them up with a couple coats of black outside and inside, and then I did some Tamiya X2, I believe, which is just their, yeah, X2, which is their like a gloss clear. So that's what I've gone and done and put them in here, and looking really good. So next I need to put a little plate in here. So I'll get some styrene sheet here. This is the back again to the thicker stuff. I'll cut a couple shields to put in there to make the light go around it, and yeah, then we'll come back and look at putting some holes in that after that. So I'll do that, and I'll be right back. All right, so what I've gone now is just kind of eyeballed how big of a piece I needed, and then I kind of sanded it down on just on a rough sanding stick here, a very coarse one. So kind of at that point, I put on some aluminum foil tape on here, and what I can do now is take some CA glue. So let me get my tape out. And put some CA glue on it. Like that. And then grab myself a toothpick and just spread it around on there. There we go. And the same on this side. Good old helping of CA glue again. There we go. Now, I just take a bit of white tack that's been used for masking for painting a lot, so now it's kind of gray tack, but on a toothpick, and just kind of use that to pick this up. Kind of feed it into place. Like that. And we'll just give it a bit of accelerant or kicker, or in this case is Instaset. And there we have it, just like that. So we should have what will allow the light to come by on both sides. At this point, if I really needed to, I could take and put a little extra CA. Now just be careful, because it should, with all this Instaset here, it will start to set right away. So keep that in mind. Now in tests, I was lucky to get this in there in the right spot the first shot, because in tests it would actually start to fall in here. Now, there we go. So that should do it. If need be, I can come along afterwards and kind of clean up the sides here a bit with my knife, or in this case my scalpel, like that. So the last thing we need to do now is get a hole in here for 3mm light, or whatever size light you're going to be using. And that should, if this is the right side, give us something like, that would go in there like that. And so that panel is far enough back. I mean, I can see it personally here. I don't know if you guys can. Yeah, you guys can kind of see that too. But that's what's going to give us our light here, and we'll have it more coming from the edges as opposed to the center. That center panel now is in there. It's okay if it gets oversprayed with the white base color, but the model's going to be painted. So there we have it. There's one. So I'm going to get to work on the other. I'll get that in place, and I'll get my holes drilled in and have it ready to be lit for the next episode. But for now, I'm going to end this episode here. I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I'd like to remind you all to go over and check out Lake Monster Detail. Cass has a great offering of parts. He's got the legacy parts of Dawn's Light and Magic. He's also got, he also offers upgrade parts and decals for accuracy, special effects, and lighting. So that's LakeMonsterDetails.com. Also like to say, don't forget to go check out Jordan at Aligning the Stars. See what he's kind of been up to this week and what he managed to do. And hopefully he managed to get his window boxes in. So go check him out. And I'd also like to put a shout out to Will over at the Instance Chair for creating all these great parts. So thanks again, Will. You're an amazing man, and you do an amazing job. So keep up the great work, And if you guys haven't seen him, I don't know why, because I mentioned him in I think every video. So go check out Will at the Instance Chair on YouTube. So yeah, thanks for watching. Take care, everyone. We'll see you next time. Bye for now. Let's take a nervous sip here. All right. Me. You. Oh no. Okay.
Break leg.
Thanks. Wait a minute. Hey. All right.